It's Monday, December 15th.
We're going to come out and we are going to proudly identify as Jews. We are going to celebrate this beautiful holiday of ours.
Jewish communities in Ottawa and around the world are mourning after a horrific attack on Hanukkah at an Australia-famous Bondi Beach.
A shocking death in Hollywood. Filmmaker Rob Reiner and his wife found dead in their home. Police are investigating this as a homicide. And some kids battling serious health conditions got a private shopping spree before Christmas at Toys R Us. Your Morning Ottawa starts right now. Good morning. Come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Melissa Lamb, and Will is away for today.
Okay, getting a bit of more snow over the weekend. A lot to talk about and a lot to go through, but we do have to get to today's top stories. There was a tragedy in Australia at Sydney's famous Bondi Beach, killing at least 15 people.
An attack on Jewish Australians is an attack on every Australian. And every Australian tonight will be, like me, devastated on this attack on our way of life.
Police confirmed Sunday afternoon that the suspects are father and son. The 50-year-old was shot and killed by police. The 24-year-old is in critical condition in hospital. Those killed were aged between 10 and 87 years old. At least 42 others are being treated at hospital this morning, several of them in critical condition.
אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להדליק נר של חג.
Prime Minister Mark Carney joined members of Ottawa's Jewish community yesterday for a menorah lighting ceremony in front of City Hall. Mayor Mark Sutcliffe posting on social media saying that he is shocked and disturbed by the anti-Semitic terror attack in Australia and that we must always fight back against terrorism, violence and hatred in all its forms. And Jewish leaders in Ottawa say the tragic incident won't stop them from celebrating Hanukkah.
We're a strong community and our numbers are not going to suffer. We're going to come out and we are going to proudly identify as Jews. We are going to celebrate this beautiful holiday of ours, and we are not going to let this knock us down.
Rabbi Shear will be joining us in studio in the 8 o'clock hour.
Breaking news from Hollywood this morning. Homicide detectives are investigating the deaths of director Rob Reiner and his wife. The 78-year-old Reiner rose to fame as Archie Bunker's son-in-law in the smash comedy 1970s comedy All in the Family. Among his directing credits are This Is Spinal Tap, When Harry Met Sally, and A Few Good Men. You could be seeing more traffic cops in your neighborhood today. The Ottawa Police are launching new traffic units today, which will be made up of sergeant and 4 constables. The chief says it's being done in response to feedback from the public and councillors, and it also comes months after the Ford government banned photo radar cameras.
2 people were found guilty in the 2023 death of an Ottawa physiotherapist. 35-year-old Carl Andreas was found dead at a commercial building in Orleans on 10th Line Road in February 2023. Yesterday, CTV News has learned a jury has found Nicolas Bergeret guilty of first-degree murder, while Antoine Richmond has been convicted of manslaughter. The trial for a third man charged is expected to start in March of 2027. First responders were called to the Byward Market for reports of a stabbing Sunday morning. It happened just before 9 o'clock on Cumberland Street near Besserer. Paramedics say one man was taken to the trauma center in serious condition with multiple stab wounds. An investigation is ongoing. Any witnesses or anyone with information is asked to contact Ottawa Police.
The latest figures from Public Health Ontario show there's an ongoing surge in the number of influenza cases across the province. For the week ending December 6, just under 26% of influenza tests came back positive. Officials considered that level to be very high. Among children aged 5 to 11, nearly 64% of tests came back positive, and kids aged 12 to 19 levels exceeded 54%. Public Health Ontario says influenza A activity is now higher than any of the past 3 seasons. This comes as infectious disease experts continue to recommend the annual flu shot. For everyone aged 6 months and up, influenza A positivity rates soar. The Ottawa Mission held its annual Christmas meal for those in need, serving over 18,000 meals, a new record for the organization.
We're seeing more people come in under our roof for these special holiday meals, this Christmas dinner, people we haven't seen in years, people who have been placed into housing, people with jobs. It's just so hard to make ends meet for people that have nowhere else to turn.
This total included meals through the food truck and Sunday dinner. The Mission will be hosting other meals as well for the holiday season, including a Christmas Day dinner and a Boxing Day dinner.
The Ottawa 67s picked up their 4th win in a row this weekend.
Chitteroni, and across for Amadowski, scores! Nathan Amadowski!
In the first period, Nathan Admidowski scored his 6th goal of the season against the visiting Windsor Spitfires. Later in the second, the Barber Poles would add a power play goal and go on to win 2-1. The 67s are back at home on Friday when they welcome the Peterborough Petes to TD Place Arena.
A man in Timmins is the talk of the town after setting up a 40-foot Santa Claus on his front lawn.
I was just Googling stuff one day and I come across small Santas, so I Google world's largest Santa, and he came up.
Look at that. The massive inflatable Santa has become a local attraction. The owner says he bought the enormous Claus for $2,500 online.
He says he put it up to bring joy to his community this holiday season. Aww. I love that.
Hey, Santa. He's huge. You can't miss him.
No, absolutely not. You could probably see him from, like miles away, from a few blocks away. You can see the giant Santa peeking over the houses.
That's some commitment.
Yes, absolutely.
Very nice indeed. All right, I know you're committed to giving us the forecast, so we'll let you have at it.
And a wild week ahead, Rosie. It's going to start off cold and very, very warm in the middle of the work week and then end off cold. So we have a little mixture of everything in the forecast for us. Milder temperatures on the way as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. Just have a few cooler days before we get to that. Sitting at -14 this hour. Does feel closer to -22 this morning. So yes, a chilly start to your Monday, but nothing we're not used to at this point. It's been a bit below seasonal over the last few weeks. -12 currently out in the valley. So it's a little bit cloudy out there to start things off. Of course, we will get to see some sunshine when it's up around 7:30 a.m. this morning. Mix of sun and cloud throughout most of the morning. Then late this afternoon, there is a chance we could see some scattered flurries. So starting around 3-4 p.m. today is when we could see a few flurries in the forecast. That will kind of linger into your evening hours, but then clear up overnight for us. Partly cloudy conditions overnight tonight. Cold tonight, not so bad tomorrow, and then very mild weather on the way Wednesday through Thursday, where we could actually see some rain in the forecast. That's how warm it's going to get. Today's daytime high, -9, will feel closer to -16 with that wind chill. So yes, another chilly start to your Monday, similar to what we did see over the weekend where we dealt with cooler conditions. Today's daytime high across the region, similar to us here in Ottawa, -7 out in the valley, same within Bancroft. Trenton, Kingston sitting at -5 and -4. -9 is also the high out in Cornwall today. -7 in the valley, -11 for Mont-Tremblant. So over the next 7 days, you'll see those milder conditions Wednesday and through Thursday. Overnight tonight, dropping to -12. Again, those flurries late this afternoon. Tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. -4 is the high. Then very warm weather on the way Wednesday and through Thursday. Above that freezing mark, it's been quite some time. time since we've seen temperatures this warm. 3 degrees for Wednesday. We could see some wet snow mixed in with some rain. Rain for Thursday as temperatures reach a daytime high of 5. So some messier conditions because the overnight lows are going to go back down and be quite chilly. So we could see some icier conditions, especially overnight Wednesday and then in through Thursday, Friday. The cold temperatures are back, -9 as the high. But then as we head into the weekend, very seasonal-like conditions, a pretty beautiful weekend on the way. On your roads this hour, no issues to report. Traffic is smooth sailing as you head off to work this morning. No major issues east to west. Now let's check out your TSN must-see moment.
Hello, Nikki Race with you from the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Sunday. For that, we'll head to Jacksonville. Jets and Jaguars second quarter. Brady Cook's pass is picked off by Montaric Brown, but you need to see this again. Brown lays out to make the grab and still manages to maintain possession. One of the best interceptions you'll see this season as Brown earns your must-see moment from Sunday. And tonight on TSN, we've got Tangerine Raptors basketball against the Heat. Plus, we've got the Monday night football game between the Dolphins and Steelers. The action begins at 6 p.m. Eastern across the TSN network. That's all from the SC Newsroom. Have a great day.
Coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa. A special shopping spree for dozens of kids in our community. Toys R Us opens its doors early for a highly anticipated annual event. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. You are watching Your Morning Ottawa on your Monday. We'll be right back. Good morning, Ottawa. Welcome back. Here are the big stories we are following today on Your Morning Ottawa. Jewish leaders say Hanukkah celebrations will go ahead in the capital after this weekend's mass shooting in Australia left 15 dead and 42 injured. Tragedy in Hollywood. Detectives are investigating the deaths of Rob Reiner and his wife as a homicide. Reiner is known for movies like When Harry Met Sally and A Few Good Men. New traffic units are coming to Ottawa. The police chief says they are being implemented in response to feedback from the public, as well as the recent removal of photo radar cameras. Now, why don't we check on the forecast? And taking a look, you'll see it's going to be another cold one today. Starting off this morning, it'll be -15, mainly cloudy. Chance of flurries into the afternoon, -9. Looks like that's about as warm as it's going to get for us today. And then as we move toward the evening, mainly cloudy, possibly a few flurries, and we should be at -10. And we're looking at your traffic. Nothing out of the norm for this Monday morning at 6:16. You'll see there no major traffic delays at this hour. For some Ottawa kids, Sunday morning didn't start with cartoons. It started with a shopping cart. Children facing serious illnesses were treated to a private Toys R Us shopping spree. CTV's Josh Morano has more from the yearly tradition.
Inside the Toys R Us in Nepean, Poppy Roy Smith is making the most of a once-a-year opportunity.
Yay!
Her family is one of nearly 50, picking up new toys hours before the doors open to the public.
You don't really know what to expect, and then you get in here, they're like, oh, here's a little gift baggie, here's a $50 gift certificate, please go get your face painted. Like, they just offer so many special things.
It's really nice to be able to obviously come in here where it's like less chaotic and around like-minded individuals.
Toys R Us and Starlight Children's Foundation Canada once again partnering to give kids living with serious illnesses a $50 gift card to choose their own gifts and meet some of their favorite superheroes, princesses, and even Santa Claus.
A lot of these families, their day-to-day is hospitals. It's a lot of hardships, and this is just a time for them to come around, smile, have that time with their families, and again, just be free.
Everybody doesn't get to go shopping sometimes because they have a disability, right? So this is a good opportunity for everybody to just get out and pick something that they've never had.
Jordan Ahi is back for another year, and he's not just buying for himself.
I've been donating to Toy Mountain too right now because I don't want anybody to miss out on anything.
For families like Poppy's, the hustle and bustle of holiday shopping can be challenging, so they say they're grateful to have this opportunity.
There's like a lot of loud noises and like a lot of things that we just can't control, obviously. So it's really nice to be able to come in here where it's like, you know, more relaxing for him and like a more enjoyable experience.
Shopping with kids like Poppy is not the easiest task always, especially when stores are really busy and you're trying to navigate with, you know, big strollers and wheelchairs and everything. So I mean, having stuff like this, it just gives you a warm, fuzzy hug.
Josh Morano, CTV News.
From you a little later on in the show, we are asking, have you adjusted your holiday spending this year? We want to know. Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. So important. Want to know what you're doing, how you're coping. I know that, well, wallets and purses have to be stretched this year because things are so expensive. So we want to hear how you are dealing with your holiday shopping. Jewish leaders in the capital say they will continue to celebrate Hanukkah this week after a horrific shooting on Australia's Bondi Beach. 15 people were killed when 2 gunmen opened fire on the beach where people were gathering for the first night of Hanukkah. Let's bring in Bill Carroll from the Morning Rush on News Talk 580 CFRA. Good morning to you, Bill.
Good morning. Yeah, it's been a terrible weekend, and my heart goes out to all of our Jewish friends and citizens who are beginning Hanukkah with this terrible news from around the world. I don't even know where to start on this, but maybe I'll just go with my gut, which is I keep thinking as a father, what a wonderful privilege it is to be given a human being. I have a son and a daughter, as you know, they're now young adults in university. The privilege you're given to take a human being and try to shape them into something better than yourself. And that's not an easy task. Anyone who has children knows this. And they don't always become you, and that's not the point. You want them to become the best version of themselves. And so the part of this story of this horrible anti-Semitic slaughter that happened is the fact that it appears to be a father and son who would do this. And I think about how much hatred you have to have in your heart to pass that hatred along to your son, to take him with you, to kill innocent people. What kind of human being does that, can do that? And on a suicide mission as well, to take your son to kill and then to die. Something has gone terribly wrong with your belief system that you think that is somehow a human way to behave, to teach this to your son. If this is part of your religion, that you pass this kind of hatred along, I just can't imagine that there's any kind of God who would think this is what you do as a parent. Like I said, there's a lot about this story we could talk about, but that as a father has been speaking to me for the last 24 hours or so about what a waste it is to have an opportunity to shape a human being into something better than yourself and to do this. It's so tragic all the way around.
It is. And Bill, it is so horrible that it's almost hard to think of, but we do have to think about that. What would lead somebody to take their son and commit such awful crimes of hate? Bill, we can go on, but we're out of time here. This is awful, and it's a terrible start to Hanukkah. But we will continue to move on, and we know that the Jewish community here and around the world will continue to celebrate their religion and each other. And we're going to have a rabbi on a little bit later to talk about Hanukkah and what it means to the Jewish community and everyone. Thank you very much for your time, Bill. Really appreciate it this morning.
All right. Try to have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. Remember, you can listen to The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. Here's a live look from our Skycam on George Street. Today on Your Morning Ottawa, we are asking for your comments on Christmas shopping. Have you adjusted your holiday spending this year? Let us know your thoughts. Email us at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. There's the folks going through them all. Melissa, shopping, wrapping the gifts, choosing, picking out what to buy, I'm wondering, Melissa, you got the little ones.
I do.
Got the whole family. Have you altered your holiday spending?
We definitely have. And even in years past, we used to buy like everybody in the family, all the cousins and my nieces and nephews. And then last year we kind of picked names through the hat. And then this year we decided not to do it all together just because the cost of living is ridiculous and all the other costs of factoring in as well. And just our kids already have so much, and all of our kids happen to be anywhere from October to January babies. So all of the babies are condensed in one. So we all do birthdays, and we just decided to forego Christmas. It doesn't mean my kids won't have presents under the tree. We're definitely, there will definitely still be some. We know Santa is good to them, but we have curbed back in even terms of our own spending for our children this year. Last year we kind of went a little overboard, and this year we thought, my kids don't know the value of a dollar. Like, they're still a very young age, so they don't know what costs $2 and what costs $500. So we just kind of curbed our spending and scaled it back a little bit, and but it's still going to be a great Christmas.
Oh, it will, absolutely. Like, I have a lot of, I have a niece and a lot of nephews, got the family, and I have never been one to buy them a lot of gifts. Because I go to their house and I'm stepping over toys. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys have so much, and the parents are like, oh, I don't know what to do, where to put all these toys. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to add to the problem. Like, they can figure out what they want to get the kids. Remember, a money bags auntie, right?
I love that. As a parent,
just
I love
give a little bit of money, and then experiences.
Yes, that's what we're all about. So we've actually been asking when relatives say, what can we get your kids? We're like, get us an experience.
There
get
you
us
go.
a pass to the movies, or skating, or you know, the trampoline park, anything like that.
That is so true. So true. And then you give the parents a break, which is what my mom and myself were giving my brother and my sister a break by taking all the kids to the museum. So there you go. Okay, so we're going to be hearing from you a little bit later on in the show. We're asking, how have you adjusted your holiday spending this year? Send us your comments. You heard about Melissa and myself, what we're doing. We want to hear from you. Send us your comments. yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
And coming up in the 7 o'clock hour on Your Morning Ottawa, we will learn more about how Ontarians have changed their way they shop for the holidays this year. That's the topic of our Money Monday segment. That's just ahead.
Welcome to CTV, Your Morning Ottawa. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Melissa Lamb, and Will is away for today.
He is. We got to get to today's top stories, Melissa. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is now pushing for tougher gun laws after 2 gunmen opened fire on Sydney's Bondi Beach, killing at least 15 people.
An attack on Jewish Australians is an attack on every Australian. And every Australian tonight will be, like me, devastated on this attack on our way of life.
Police confirmed Sunday afternoon that the suspects are father and son. The 50-year-old was shot and killed by police. The 24-year-old is in critical condition in hospital. Those killed were aged between 10 and 87 years old. At least 42 others are being treated at hospitals this morning, several of them in critical condition. A moment of bravery during the shooting was caught on camera, a warning that this footage may be disturbing for some viewers. This man, now identified as Ahmed Al-Ahmed, can be seen tackling one of the gunmen who was holding a rifle. You can see him pull the weapon from the shooter's hands and then point it back at him. Ahmed is a 43-year-old fruit and shop owner and father of 2. He remains in hospital today, suffering from several bullet wounds to his arm and hand. Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canadians stand in sorrow with the people of Australia and Jewish people everywhere. Mark Carney attended a menorah lighting ceremony here in Ottawa, where he reiterated his support for the Jewish community. The Ottawa Police Service saying it condemns the anti-Semitic attack in Australia, adding that they will be increasing visibility and patrols around religious institutions and community centers.
Legendary director Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, have been found dead in their home.
You know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly. One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
Los Angeles police are at their home and are investigating the incident as an apparent homicide. Reiner rose to fame as Archie Bunker's son-in-law, meathead on All in the Family. His work as a film director included the first mainstream mockumentary, This Is Spinal Tap. He went on to direct classics like Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Misery, and A Few Good Men. Rob Reiner was 78 and his wife Michelle was 68. You could be seeing more traffic cops in your neighborhood today. Ottawa police are launching new traffic units today, which will be made up of a sergeant and 4 constables. The chief says it's being done in response to feedback from the public and councillors. It also comes a month after the Ford government banned photo radar cameras.
2 people were found guilty in the 2023 death of an Ottawa physiotherapist. 35-year-old Kyle Andreas was found dead at a commercial building in Orleans on 10th Line Road in February 2023. Yesterday, CTV News has learned a jury has found Nicolas Bergerin guilty of first-degree murder, while Antoine Richmond has been convicted of manslaughter. The trial for a third man charged is expected to start in March of 2027. First responders were called to the Byward Market for reports of a stabbing Sunday morning. It happened just before 9 o'clock on Cumberland Street near Besserer. Paramedics say one man was taken to the trauma center in serious condition with multiple stab wounds. An investigation is ongoing. Any witnesses or anyone with information is asked to contact police.
The latest figures from Public Health Ontario show there is an ongoing surge in the number of influenza cases across the province. For the week ending December 6, just under 26% of influenza tests came back positive. Officials consider that level to be very high. Among children aged 5 to 11, nearly 64% of tests came back positive, and kids aged 12 to 19, levels exceeded 54%. Public Health Ontario says influenza A activity is now higher than any of the past 3 seasons. This comes as infectious disease experts continue to recommend the annual flu shot for everyone aged 6 months and up. The Ottawa Mission held its annual Christmas meal for those in need, serving over 18,000 meals, a new record for the organization.
We're seeing more people come in under our roof for these special holiday meals, this Christmas dinner, people we haven't seen in years, people who have been placed into housing, people with jobs. It's just so hard to make ends meet for people that have nowhere else to turn.
The total included meals through the food truck and Sunday dinner. The mission will be hosting other meals as well for the holiday season, including a Christmas Day dinner and a Boxing Day dinner.
A historic Saskatchewan post office has transformed into a Christmas castle as part of an annual tradition.
This has been going on since 2018 in Melfort, Saskatchewan. There were 2,500 visitors in its first year, and that has only gotten bigger since then.
It's also used as a fundraiser, raising money for 3 local charities. Look at this place. It's beautiful. The post office and its 100-plus Christmas trees is open to visitors until December 21st. Aww.
Magical.
It is gorgeous.
You know, locally here we have the Fairmont Chateau Laurier, and they do the Trees of Hope, where they have all those beautiful trees that different organizations and companies kind of design. And as soon as you walk in there, it's magical. And this year they have a little train going around too. Yeah, it's really cute.
Do you know what, Melissa? I think here in Ottawa we need a Christmas window.
Oh.
With trains and
by.
displays, like, you know, and in front at a storefront.
Yeah.
Where you can just take the kids and they'll just get lost in there. Because in Montreal, Montreal, they had one.
Okay.
And in Toronto as well. It was the Bay that had this
Yes.
beautiful Christmas window. Now the Bay's gone. Another store needs to take that up.
Christmas
there
window.
You go, right?
That would be
okay.
lovely.
Okay.
Drive by and look from afar. Our forecast today is a bit of a cold start to your morning. We're seeing cooler conditions right now. -14. Factor in the wind chill, feels closer to -22. And you can see cold across the region, even Kingston sitting at -11. Same with down in Trenton. Dealing with cloudy skies to start things off. We will get to see some sunshine this morning into your afternoon as well. We will see cloudy skies with sunny breaks throughout the day ahead. Now this afternoon around 3 o'clock, we could start to see some flurries in the forecast. So some flurries late in the afternoon today, which will continue into your evening hours and then taper off later on tonight. And cloudy skies overnight tonight, clear for tomorrow. And then Wednesday, Thursday, we can actually see some rain. And that's because temperatures very warm throughout the middle of the work week and then back to being cold as we head into Friday. So temperatures will be all over the map this week. Today's daytime high -9 will feel closer to -15, -7 in Bancroft, out in Trenton sitting at -5, -4 is your high for Kingston today, -7 in the valley, -11 over in Mont Tremblant. So over the next 7 days, you'll see that fluctuation in temperatures. Today, cold -9, overnight dropping to -12. Not so bad for tomorrow, your daytime high -4, and it will actually warm up into the overnight. Very mild for Wednesday and through Thursday, temperatures above that freezing mark, highs of 3 and 5 degrees. We are expecting some showers, but then icy conditions overnight as temperatures drop back down into the minus double digits both Wednesday and Thursday. It will then get really cold on Friday, -9 is your high, and then warming up again and through the weekend. So temperatures really kind of all over the place over the next 7 days.
Weather brought to you by Manotick Place Retirement Community, a community you can call home.
Still no major issues on your drive in this morning. Traffic is looking pretty decent both east to west. We're not seeing any issues this morning, and there are no collisions on your drive in this hour.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers, 1-800-JUSTICE.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, 15 people have been killed in what authorities are calling a terrorist attack targeting a Jewish event in Sydney, Australia. CTV's Scott Hurst joins us after the break with the latest on this tragedy. Here's a live look through our Skycam. It is 6:38. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. We'll be right back after this short break. Here are the big stories happening today on Your Morning Ottawa. Jewish leaders say Hanukkah celebrations will go ahead in the capital after this weekend's mass shootings in Australia left 15 dead and 42 injured. Tragedy in Hollywood. Detectives are investigating the deaths of Rob Reiner and his wife as a homicide. Reiner is known for movies like When Harry Met Sally and A Few Good Men. New traffic units are coming to Ottawa. The police chief says they are being implemented in response to feedback from the public, as well as the recent removal of photo radar cameras. Now let's check on the forecast.
A cold Monday on the way for us. A daytime high today of only -9. Will feel closer to -15 with that wind chill into the afternoon. Cold tonight, dropping to -12. Partly cloudy conditions, a bit of sunshine this morning, and then late this afternoon we are expecting some flurries. Cloudier for tomorrow, but slowly warming up. -4 is the high for Tuesday. Then very mild conditions on the way for Wednesday. A high of 3 degrees. We are expecting some wet snow mixed in with some rain. On your drive-in this hour, still no collisions to report. Traffic is smooth sailing, starting to build slightly Richmond in through Nicholas this morning, so some heavier volume if you're heading eastbound on the 417.
Jewish communities around the world are in mourning after a mass shooting on Sydney's famous Bondi Beach left at least 15 people dead and dozens more in hospital. Authorities say the shooting, which took place at a Hanukkah celebration, was a terrorist attack targeting Jewish people. Let's bring in CTV's Scott Hurst with the latest on this. Good morning to you, Scott. Please update us on this horrific mass shooting at Bondi Beach in Australia.
Good morning, Rosie. As you said, this is just incredibly tragic as the incident was targeting a Jewish holiday celebration, and now this attack casting a shadow over the start of Hanukkah celebrations, of course, in Australia, around the world, and here in Canada as well, with Jewish communities reacting in shock, in anger, and Jewish communities ultimately in mourning over this deadly incident. And it is shocking in a country such as Australia that has very strict gun laws as well. In our country, in a statement, Prime Minister Mark Carney denounced what he calls a horrific anti-Semitic terror attack and pledged to stand together with Jewish people at a menorah lighting in Ottawa last night there in the nation's capital. What we know about the incident, gunmen opened fire on Australia's Bondi Beach, killing at least 15 people and wounding more than 40 others. Among the dead, a rabbi and a child. Here's more from the Australian Prime Minister.
An attack on Jewish Australians is an attack on every Australian. And every Australian tonight will be, like me, devastated on this attack on our way of life. There is no place for this hate, violence and terrorism in our nation.
And Rosie, Australian authorities have also said they will do everything in their power to get to the bottom of this terrible, tragic incident.
Scott, do we know more about the two gunmen and what is reaction to this terror attack? How are they having this reaction in Australia?
There is still a lot unknown about the two gunmen. What we can tell you is that the gunmen, according to authorities, are a father and son, a 50-year-old father who was killed and his 24-year-old Australian-born son who was shot and wounded, and he is being treated in hospital. According to Australian authorities, the father was an Australian resident who had been there for several decades, originally arriving in 1988 on a student visa. His son, according to Australia's main domestic spy agency, had been investigated by the intelligence agency in 2019. According to local reports, it had to do more with the son's ties to a Sydney-based Islamic State group cell. As we already heard from the Australian Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, he called this an act of anti-Semitic terror, but it also comes at a time where hate crimes in Australia targeting Jews in that country has been on the rise significantly over the past couple of years, with vandalism, assault, threats, and intimidation surging threefold in the country, Rosie, during the year after after Hamas attacked Israel, sparking the war between Israel and Hamas.
CTV News correspondent Scott Hurst. Scott, thank you.
Thanks, Rosie.
And today we're taking your comments on holiday shopping. How have you adjusted your spending for this year? And here's what you had to say.
Richard says fewer Christmas gifts this year, but a nice family reunion, nice food, love, and peace. Richard, that is absolutely perfect. Yep.
Linda says this weekend, Shoppers Drug Mart had a special for using points. I used 250,000 points.
Wow.
I had been saving up and got $400 worth of Christmas presents. It saved me a lot in spending. What a good idea.
Good on you, Linda.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Way to take advantage of, you amass all those points by buying things and spending money, and then you get something back for it. Thanks so much for that, Linda. Listen, we're going to be hearing from you later on in the show. We are asking, how have you adjusted your holiday spending this year? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
And coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, we get a look at your morning fix, including news that a Canadian pop heavyweight is the latest artist to make a major deal to sell off his music catalog. We'll tell you more about the weekend's latest move coming up next. Here's a live look at our sky cam on George Street this morning. A cold start to your day. Temps right now feeling closer to -22 with the wind chill.
The most important part of any journey is to arrive safely. Hi, I'm Patricia Bowl.
And I'm Stefan Keys from CTV. Distracted or impaired driving can have devastating consequences.
Hey, it's Ashley.
And Gord from Ottawa's Pure Country 94.
Always plan for a designated driver, and please keep your phone down.
Everyone can help keep communities safe.
Drive safe. Brought to you by the Ottawa Safety Council. For more information on road safety programs and services, visit ottawasafetycouncil.ca.
And it is time now for your morning fix. And The Weeknd has reportedly become the latest artist to make a high-value deal involving the rights to his music catalog. According to Variety, the Scarborough native closed a deal with Lyric Capital Group valued at more than $1 billion US. The report says The Weeknd and the company are establishing a joint venture covering the singer's music catalog through 2025, but he will maintain creative control over the material. Representatives for The Weeknd and Lyric declined to comment or confirm details.
He must have a major team.
Yeah.
So you get $1 billion for your music, and you still maintain creative control.
Yeah.
So you still get to say, no, I want it over here and here and here, and you're a billionaire.
Yeah, that sounds
Nice.
like a great deal to me. But I know some artists are very, very, controlled and protective with their music.
Sure.
So it just, I guess, depends on, and there's probably more to it than we really know, not being in the industry. Well, a previous #1 made its way back to the box office at the top of the box office this weekend.
We have to solve the case.
It's not worth dying for.
Nick!
Deadline reports Zootopia 2 brought in another $26.3 million US across North America, returning to #1 in its third weekend. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 fell to second place with $19.5 million, and Wicked for Good is still flying high in third place with another $8.5 million in ticket sales. And I went to see Zootopia 2 this weekend. So I was saying I don't get to the movies very often. When I do, it's kids' movies. The last one I saw was Dogman. The next one I saw was Zootopia 2, and it was cute.
It was good, right?
It was good.
Nice for the kids.
It is nice for the kids, but even the parents. I do enjoy these kids' movies. They're good.
Good. Did you have popcorn?
We did have popcorn. I can't eat the popcorn because of the butter, but my daughter enjoyed the popcorn.
Oh, wow. I need to go to a movie with you.
And
because
this
you can't
time,
eat the popcorn with the butter. I'll
exactly.
just eat all your popcorn.
And this time, I didn't end up with the drink on my lap. It was my husband who ended up with chocolate smushed into his lap. So, there's always one of us.
Sorry, hubby, but yay, mom.
Right? I went out clean this time. And more than 2,000 drones lit up the sky in Dubai as national champions from 60 countries gathered for the inaugural Red Bull Tetris World Final. So this is the world's largest Tetris game ever created in the sky and a landmark in esports competition. There were 2 days of exciting head-to-head duels before the other day's final, with Femi Atalar becoming the first global champion.
Whoa.
Look at how cool that is.
Oh my, look at him play.
Like
This is
giant.
crazy. I love Tetris. I wouldn't mind playing it on that massive screen for everybody to see.
Right?
Nicely done. That is impressive. All right, coming up in the next hour, our Money Monday segment today is all about the ways consumers are changing their shopping habits this holiday season, plus avoiding burnout over Christmas. We give you some strategies for making sure you are taking a bit of time for yourself during these busy weeks. And our live local shopping week kicks off. We introduce you to some great local businesses you can shop at with just 10 sleeps to go before Christmas morning. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It is 6:56 on your Monday. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. It's Monday, December 15th.
We're going to come out and we are going to proudly identify as Jews. We are going to celebrate this beautiful holiday of ours.
Jewish communities in Ottawa and around the world are in mourning after an horrific attack on a Hanukkah event at Australia's famous Bondi Beach.
A shocking death in Hollywood. Filmmaker Rob Reiner and his wife found dead in their home. Police are investigating this as a homicide.
And avoid burnout this holiday season. A registered psychotherapist gives us some tips for making sure you are taking some time for yourself during these busy weeks. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now. Good morning. morning. Come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Melissa Lamb, and Will is away for today.
Okay, we're going to get to today's top stories. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is now pushing for tougher gun laws after 2 gunmen opened fire on Sydney's Bondi Beach, killing at least 15 people.
An attack on Jewish Australians is an attack on every Australian. And every Australian tonight will be, like me, devastated on this attack on our way of life.
Police confirmed Sunday afternoon that the suspects are father and son. The 50-year-old was shot and killed by police. The 24-year-old is in critical condition in hospital. Those killed were aged between 10 and 87 years old. At least 42 others are being treated at hospitals this morning, several of them in critical condition. Prime Minister Mark Carney joined members of Ottawa's Jewish community yesterday for a menorah lighting ceremony in front of City Hall. Mayor Mark Sutcliffe posting on social media saying that he is shocked and disturbed by the anti-Semitic terror attack in Australia and that we must always fight back against anti-Semitism, violence, and hatred in all its forms. And Jewish leaders in Ottawa say the tragic incident won't stop them from celebrating Hanukkah.
We're a strong community, and our numbers are not going to suffer. We're going to come out and we are going to proudly identify as Jews. We are going to celebrate this beautiful holiday of ours, and we are not going to let this knock us down.
Rabbi Sher will be joining us in studio in the 8 o'clock hour.
Breaking news from Hollywood this morning. Homicide detectives are investigating the deaths of director Rob Reiner and his wife. The 78-year-old Reiner rose to fame as Archie Bunker's son-in-law on the smash 1970s comedy All in the Family. Among his directing credits are This Is Spinal Tap, When Harry Met Sally, and A Few Good Men. You could be seeing more traffic cops in your neighborhood today. Ottawa police are launching new traffic units today, which will be made up of a sergeant and 4 constables. The chief says it's being done in response to feedback from the public and councillors. It also comes a month after the 4 government-banned photo radar cameras.
2 people were found guilty in the 2023 death of an Ottawa physiotherapist. 35-year-old Kyle Andreas was found dead at a commercial building in Orleans on 10th Line Road in February 2023. Yesterday, CTV News has learned a jury has found Nicholas Bergeret guilty of first-degree murder, while Antoine Richmond has been convicted of manslaughter. The trial for a 3rd man charged is expected to start in March of 2027. First responders were called to the Byward Market for reports of a stabbing Sunday morning. It happened just before 9 o'clock on Cumberland Street near Besserer. Paramedics say 1 man was taken to the trauma center in serious condition with multiple stab wounds. An investigation is ongoing. Any witnesses or anyone with information is asked to contact police.
The latest figures from Public Health Ontario show there's an ongoing surge in the number of influenza cases across the province. For the week ending December 6th, just under 26% of influenza tests came back positive. Officials consider that level to be very high. Among children aged 5 to 11, nearly 64% of tests came back positive, and kids aged 12 to 19 levels exceeded 54%. Ontario Public Health says influenza A activity is now higher than any of the past 3 seasons. This comes as infectious disease experts continue to recommend the annual flu shot for everyone aged 6 months and up. The Ottawa Mission held its annual Christmas meal for those in need, serving over 18,000 meals, a new record for the organization.
We're seeing more people come in under our roof for the special holiday meals, this Christmas dinner, people we haven't seen in years, people who have been placed into housing, people with jobs. It's just so hard to make ends meet for people that have nowhere else to turn.
The total included meals through the food truck and Sunday dinner. The Mission will be hosting other meals as well for the holiday season, including a Christmas Day dinner and a Boxing Day dinner.
The Ottawa 67s picked up their 4th win in a row this weekend.
Chitteroni, and across for Amanowski, scores!
In the first period, Nathan Adminowski scored his 6th goal of the season against the visiting Windsor Spitfires. Later in the second, the Barber Poles would add a power play goal and go on to the 2-1 win. The 67s are back at home on Friday when they welcome the Peterborough Petes to TD Place Arena. The bustling streets of Lagos have become a canvas for bold murals and colorful graffiti at their first street art festival.
We believe that art shouldn't be confined in the spaces of a gallery and a museum, that art should be experienced by the public. So that is why one of the reasons why this project is actually happening.
The event features 12 artists. They're hoping the access to art can play a role in inspiring social change. Stunning.
Oh, all that color, beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that.
That's a nice picture.
Yeah.
And you've got a picture of the day, weather picture of the day for us now.
We absolutely do have your weather picture of the day today, and this was sent to us from Heather, trumpeter, and there's actually trumpeter swans, Nobles Bay, Big Rideau Lake. So this is over at Nobles Bay, Big Rideau Lake, and some trumpeter swans in the bottom of your screen.
Weather picture brought to you by Box Me Up. Moving, staging, renovating, just box me up.
And of course, we would love to see your weather pictures. All you have to do is email them to us, weathershots@ctv.ca. Again, that email address is weathershots@ctv.ca. Our forecast today, -9 is where temperatures will sit into the afternoon, so below the norm. We should be sitting at around -3 into your daytime highs today. Record high was back in 2011 where we reached almost 11 degrees. So we won't be close to shattering a record today, and the sun will be up very shortly around 7:35, but then setting at 4:20 p.m. Right now, temperature is a little bit cold to start your morning off. -14 does feel closer to -22 with that wind chill. -12 for the Valley as well as in Kingston. -11 in Trenton. -14 this morning in Brockville. The same out in Montreal. A little bit cloudy to start off your day, so we will see cloudy conditions this morning. A bit of sunshine in there as well. And then late this afternoon, it looks like around 3 o'clock, we could start to see some scattered flurries in the forecast. That will last throughout the evening hours, but then clear up overnight. Cloudy conditions overnight tonight and into your day tomorrow. Skies will stay a little bit cloudy, and then Wednesday and through Thursday, we actually have a chance that we could see some showers on the way. That's just to go to show you how warm temperatures will be throughout the middle of the work week. Still sitting at -14. Again, we could see some flurries into your afternoon today, so we do have a little bit of light snow on the way into your day ahead. -9 is your daytime high this afternoon, so temperatures below seasonal again today, and pretty cold across the region. -7 for the Valley, slightly warmer for Trenton, Kingston sitting at -5 and -4 into the afternoon. -7 in Petawawa, -9 over in Kitigan Zibi. Over the next 7 days, though, you'll see it get warm, quite warm, Wednesday and through Thursday. Tomorrow's high -4, overnight warmer, dropping to -3, actually warming up to -3. Cloudy conditions for tomorrow, showers Wednesday and through Thursday, and that's because temperatures above the freezing mark, highs of 3 degrees and 5 degrees, but those overnight lows still very cold into the minus double digits, so we could see icy conditions both Wednesday and Thursday. As we head into Friday, back to being cold, but not for long, only for one day, warming up as we head into Saturday with a high of -1.
7-day weather forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business.
Here's a live look at your time saver traffic. Still no major issues to report. Traffic is pretty much smooth sailing east to west this hour. Starting to see a little bit of volume build Richmond and through Pinecrest.
We all have those odd little obsessions we swear are amazing, even though absolutely nobody else in our lives agrees. These are those things you can talk about for hours while everyone else slowly backs out of the room. Okay, so here's Ashley and Gord from the Morning Pickup on Pure Country 94 to talk about those niche interests.
Talking about the things that people are not into as much as you. And this after Gord was given an invitation by his wife over the weekend to have some friends over to watch WWE. There was like a pay-per-view.
There was a WWE pay-per-view happening on Saturday night. I was very excited. My wife knows this is my favorite thing that I love to do.
I can imagine how exciting that must have been until Gord realized.
I have no friends that like professional wrestling that are my age in Ottawa.
We have gotten a few text messages from people who would be willing to keep you company.
I appreciate that.
Should another evening become available where your wife would allow that. Malika on the line. What's something that you're really into that no one else really cares about?
I enjoy playing curling a lot. And in my 20s, there's not much people that enjoys it.
Have you tried curling, Gordon?
I've always wanted to try curling.
It's so
I've never
fun.
curled in my life.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Mind you, I had a drink in me when I did it, and I was in heels, but someone decided to have a birthday party, and they did curling, and it was the best.
Huh.
It is. It's very fun. And honestly, if anyone has the chance to, I definitely recommend it, honestly.
Can you teach us something? Is it like, what is it? What's the thing you got to say when you're out there sweeping? If I want to look professional.
When you're yelling at your teammates, per se?
Yeah, that's sweep. I know that.
That's sweep. Yeah, and then you can say hard, but, that sounds really awful right now.
Oh, I'm sorry, a hard?
Hard.
Oh, hard.
Hard.
Oh, I thought you said a hard.
Like, come on, guys. Like,
hurry hard!
Hard, sweep, hard. Okay, all right. Okay, we need young blood out there. Come on.
Yes.
So many text messages coming in at 54321. And again, we're here to listen. We do not judge. Right, Gord?
That's right. We're not judging.
Don't judge.
We don't judge. We listen. We don't judge.
Matt says he cannot stop ranking potato chips. In fact, he even has a little spreadsheet.
That's actually kind of cool.
Oh.
That's kind of cool.
Did you and Matt just become best friends? Did that just happen?
I mean, I don't know if it's something I practice in everyday life, but I think that's pretty cool.
And then Pam, who says that she follows a YouTube channel where a guy cleans rugs. Just cleans rugs. That's it.
Just cleans rugs.
Period. The end.
I think you're
like the kind that's safe to watch at work, right? Like those guys.
I hope so.
It's YouTube. It's safe for work.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I'm not sure what she's into. I don't know.
Oh, those two. Don't forget, you can listen to Ashley and Gord on the morning pickup weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. on Ottawa's Pure Country 94. Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, the holidays are full of fun and festivities, but they can also be overwhelming and stressful. We learn about how to avoid holiday burnout. That's just ahead. Our guest is standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It's just a picture-perfect morning, but it is cold. We're getting up to just -9. We'll be right back after this. Good morning, Ottawa. Christmas is only 10 days away, and according to a new survey from TD Bank, Ontarians are cutting back their spending in a big way. 34% of Ontarians surveyed said they are scaling back their spending on food and gifts this year. Why don't we bring in TD District Vice President Jamie Martin to discuss the survey results. Good morning to you, Jamie.
Good morning, Rosie.
Okay, so Jamie, what did the poll find about spending this Christmas?
Yeah. So I think many Canadians are redefining their decisions and making, strategic and thoughtful cutbacks or reevaluations of where they're going to spend this year. So, some different areas might be social commitments, gifts for family and friends, right? And just making sure that we're setting the right expectations around what to expect this holiday season. Redeeming holiday points seems to be another way that Canadians are starting to really think and sort of cut back or use their other dollars that they've spent wisely. And shopping local seems to be absolutely prevalent. So Canadians know where their dollars are being spent, and we know that they've got more weight closer to home. I think they're showing up and making sure that everybody knows that the large purchases might not be what they're going to do this year, but making more thoughtful and smart choices about what they do purchase.
So, Jamie, what's the driving factor here that's pushing people to shop and to alter their spending?
Yeah. Canadians are experiencing growing pressure from everyday living costs, right? For many households, there's simply not enough room in the budget to, really spend more this year. So they're making a concerted effort now so that they're not feeling that pinch in January. And there's nothing more than the outset of a new year and just having some of that sort of holiday hangover or that strain in January. But I think, Rosie, the good news is there's lots of ways for us to be thinking through how do we make the next 10 days count and be thoughtful around our holiday spending.
So what are some tips for folks who are trying to manage their spending as Christmas Day fast approaches?
Yeah, I think firstly, we need to enjoy the season. So how do we do that? There's small steps that we, can take to make it easier. It's absolutely not too late. So setting that budget before you shop and really knowing who is on the list. I know I get excited too. You're in the mall and there's lots of sales, and we want to be mindful that those triggers do happen, and that can actually exacerbate some of the overspending. So don't be tempted. Give yourself, a few minutes to ponder before you make that purchase and stick to the budget. Tracking spending is another amazing way to make sure that you are on track. One of those being the TD My Spend app. You know in real time what your deposit and credit card, purchases are looking like to keep you on track, as I said, in real time, which is important. And the last thing is, gift like a pro. So while family and friends we know are absolutely priceless, gifts are not. So just be a little bit more mindful around, the value of giving something other that you've made or your time for family and friends. But some really key ways for us to be mindful and just really lock in and not overspend in the coming weeks.
Jamie, I love what you said about taking a moment before you make that purchase. Maybe even just sit down and think about it. That can make a huge difference. We really appreciate that. Jamie Martin from TD, she is the district vice president at TD, talking about ways in which we can kind of rein in the spending to help make the holidays that much more enjoyable. Thank you very much for your time this morning, Jamie.
Thank you, Rosie.
Melissa.
Well, the holidays are a lot of fun, but can also be a little bit overwhelming. So here to help us avoid burnout this holiday season, we have Christine Harrison, who's a psychotherapist with us this morning. That's a mouthful. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
Okay, such an important topic, especially this time of the year. I think there's so much going on and so many outside stressors that can really lead to burnout.
Yeah, nobody's immune from holiday burnout. So I've got 5 tips to kind of set us up to succeed. Number 1, lower the bar.
Okay.
Yes. Let's strive for good enough as a healthy alternative. Perfection really drives burnout, and I know we can all feel it. An example would be buy something instead of making it homemade.
Oh, I love this idea. Yeah, and no one's ever going to know.
Number 2, protect your peace.
Okay.
So pause before you say yes to everything. I know we were talking about feeling overcommitted. Saying yes to everything is going to make you feel drained and lead to burnout. Number 3 is going to be budget. Financial stressors. I know everybody's feeling the pinch this year. Comparison is a huge stress factor. Being able to learn how to say no and set boundaries is going to serve you forever. Speaking of boundaries, number 4 is setting boundaries with family and friends. So set a time of how long you want to stay at an event.
Smart.
Right? Take breathers if it's overstimulating and avoid loaded topics.
Okay.
And the 5th is going to be recovery. Plan time to recharge. So the theme is going to be less output, more input. Plan walks, journal, just take time for yourself this holiday season.
Why do you think it is this time of the year it seems to be even more than other times of the year that we experience burnout? Is it because there's too much on our plate? We have to do the shopping, we have to plan the meals, we have to go to these holiday parties. Is it just too much all at once?
It is, and it's also self-imposed stress. So we have these kind of inner expectations for ourselves. So the first one I said, where I said that, lowering the bar, we are all, whether we say it or not, probably striving for a sense of perfection of what the ideal family's gathering looks like, all of the events we're going to attend, the outfit, the food, right? So lowering that bar to good enough is a great way to start, and it removes the pressure.
And I don't think social media helps us very much because everything always seems so perfect online, and I think it makes you want to strive for that perfection as well.
Absolutely. The bar is set extremely high. lower it and allow yourself to be good enough, allow yourself space to enjoy the moment. So let's aim for experiences.
Yeah, I love that. And it's also okay to say no this time of the year as well.
Say no, say it clearly, learn how to say no kindly and with clarity is going to serve you for a lifetime.
Absolutely. And where's some great advice where people can go to get more tips if they're feeling a little bit of burnout?
Well, you can go to our website at focusforward.health. You can actually you can follow a bunch of people on YouTube, Instagram, who really are about setting the bar at a place where people can achieve and be real. I love those kind of, what do they say, unschooling or what an average day looks like. Follow those types of accounts to normalize what a regular holiday can look like.
And is there something that people should look out for in case burnout is not normal, in case there's something else going on as well? Is there some signs or symptoms that, you know, this is just not normal burnout, this is something else?
So if we notice that you are not feeling better, I'm going to even say that day, if you come home from an event and you notice that you're still anxious, you're having a lot of fast thoughts, you might even be having trouble sleeping, this is the time when you want to start reaching out.
Okay.
Regular stress at a party is okay, but when we start to notice that it's lingering after events, that might mean you're teetering on burnout. Burnout doesn't scream at you, it starts with a whisper.
Okay.
Right? So it tells you to pay attention to your body, some of those symptoms that we might be feeling.
And if you ignore it, it can become a little bit worse. Well, thank you so much, Christine, for joining us today.
Happy holidays.
To you as well. Again, you can head online for more information. Rosie.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, what will the housing market look like in 2026? We find out with Jason Pilon from the Pilon Group. That is just ahead. Here's a live look from our Skycam on George Street. Happy Monday. We'll be right back after this.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Access Storage is proud to support Toy Mountain, who provides toys to more than 27,000 children in our community. Drop off a new unwrapped toy at any one of our locations today. Access Storage and Toy Mountain, helping families this holiday season.
Happy Monday. Come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Melissa Lamb, and Will is away for today.
All right, we're going to get straight to our top stories now. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is now pushing for tougher gun laws after 2 gunmen opened fire in Sydney's Bondi Beach, killing at least 15 people.
An attack on Jewish Australians is an attack on every Australian. And every Australian tonight will be, like me, devastated on this attack on our way of life.
Police confirmed Sunday afternoon that the suspects are father and son. The 50-year-old was shot and killed by police. The 24-year-old is in critical condition in hospital. Those killed were aged between 10 and 87 years old. At least 42 others are being treated at hospitals this morning, several of them in critical condition. A moment of bravery during the shooting was caught on camera, and a warning that this footage may be disturbing for some viewers. This man, now identified as Ahmed Al-Ahmed, can be seen tackling one of the gunmen who was holding a rifle. You can see him pull the weapon from the shooter's hands and then point it back at him. Ahmed is a 43-year-old fruit shop owner and father of 2. He remains in hospital today, suffering from several bullet wounds to his arm and hand. Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canadians stand in sorrow with the people of Australia and Jewish people everywhere. Mark Carney attended a menorah lighting ceremony here in Ottawa, where he reiterated his support for the Jewish community. The Ottawa Police Service saying it condemns the anti-Semitic attack in Australia, adding that they will be increasing visibility and patrols around religious institutions and community centers.
Legendary director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle Singer-Reiner have been found dead in their home.
You know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly. One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
Los Angeles police are at their home and are investigating the incident as an apparent homicide. Reiner rose to fame as Archie Bunker's son-in-law, meathead on All in the Family. His work as a film director included the first mainstream mockumentary, This Is Spinal Tap. He went on to direct classics like Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Misery, and A Few Good Men. Rob Reiner was 78 and his wife Michelle was 68. You could be seeing more traffic cops in your neighborhood today. Ottawa police are launching new traffic units today, and which will be made up of a sergeant and 4 constables. The chief says it's being done in response to feedback from the public and councillors. It also comes a month after the Ford government banned photo radar cameras.
2 people were found guilty in the 2023 death of an Ottawa physiotherapist. 35-year-old Kyle Andreas was found dead at a commercial building in Orleans on 10th Line Road in February 2023. Yesterday, CTV News has learned a jury has found Nicolas Bergeret guilty of first-degree murder, while Antoine Richmond has been convicted of manslaughter. The trial for a third man charged is expected to start in March of 2027. First responders were called to the Byward Market for reports of a stabbing Sunday morning. It happened just before 9 o'clock on Cumberland Street near Besserer. Paramedics say one man was taken to the trauma center in serious condition with multiple stab wounds. An investigation is ongoing. Any witnesses or anyone with information is asked to contact Ottawa Police.
The latest figures from Public Health Ontario show there's an ongoing surge in the number of influenza cases across the province. For the week ending December 6, just under 26% of influenza tests came back positive. Officials consider that level to be very high. Among children aged 5 to 11, nearly 64% of tests came back positive, and kids aged 12 to 19 levels exceeded 54%. Public Health Ontario says influenza A activity is now higher than any of the past 3 seasons. This comes as infectious disease experts continue to recommend the annual flu shot for everyone aged 6 months and up. The Ottawa Mission held its annual Christmas meal for those in need, serving over 18,000 meals, a new record for the organization.
We're seeing more people come in under our roof for these special holiday meals, this Christmas dinner, people we haven't seen in years, people who have been placed into housing, people with jobs. It's just so hard to make ends meet for people that have nowhere else to turn.
The total included the meals through the food truck and Sunday dinner. The Mission will be hosting other meals as well for the holiday season, including a Christmas Day dinner and a Boxing Day dinner.
There's something kind of hairy happening at the Toronto Zoo.
Hello.
There we go. Good job.
It all has to do with their Highland cows, Blue and Jay. As part of their Wild Encounter program, people will have a chance to get up close and personal with the pair. You do need tickets, and take part in a Wild Encounter may be a good gift idea this holiday season. Oh my goodness, this is so cute.
Look at all that hair.
What is it about Highland cows that are just adorable? Is it their furriness that they're just so furry and they're kind of small?
You look and you go,
large?
I want one.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'd put it, but I want one. Or
you
at
know
least
what?
to pet one.
And I have a friend who lives out west, and she just bought a pair of Highland
cows.
No
way.
Yes. And she posts them daily on her Instagram, and they're just the cutest little things. I just want to go visit so I can pet the cows.
I think you're right. They're not that huge, and they're just right size, and
they kind of look like a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
Like they're just so adorable.
Very, very cute indeed. But nothing too cute about the weather here in that it's so cold.
So cold this morning. And then as we head in towards the middle of the week, it's going to be very mild. And we could see icy conditions because we're expecting some rain. And then we're going to expect cold conditions. So this morning, it is nice and clear out there. We will see flurries this afternoon. And this week is looking a little messy because of temperatures really fluctuating from super cold to very mild, then back to cold. We are sitting at -13. We have warmed up 1 degree here this morning. Still feels about -22 with the wind chill, so keep that in mind before heading outdoors. -12 in Kingston, -14 in Brockville to start off your day. Same over in Montreal. So we're definitely going to get to see a little bit of sunshine early this morning. Mix of sun and cloud to start off your day. And then late this afternoon, around 3 p.m. is when we could start to see a few scattered flurries in the forecast. It will last into your evening before it clears up overnight tonight. Partly cloudy conditions tonight. More cloudy skies as we head into tomorrow. And then Wednesday, Thursday, we could actually see some wet snow or some rain, and that's because temperatures will be very mild towards the middle of the work week. So we could definitely see some wet weather on the way as we head into Wednesday. You could see early in the morning, we're starting to see some pink and some green. So that is, of course, some freezing rain also possible early in the morning on Wednesday. If you're heading off to school today, here's your recess forecast. Of course, it's the last week of school. It will be cold this morning. Chillier conditions in the minus double digits to start off your day, and then later on this afternoon, warming up to a high of -9, mix of sun and cloud into your afternoon. And again, we could see those flurries late this afternoon into your early evening. So temperatures really fluctuating this week. Today's the coldest day, -9 is a high, overnight low dropping to -12. Tuesday, not so bad, -4 is the high for tomorrow, so slowly warming up. And then it will be warmer into the overnight. Temperatures will gradually get a little bit warmer into the overnight. Wednesday and through Thursday, temps above seasonal with highs of 3 degrees and 5 degrees. We could see some scattered showers in the forecast towards the middle of the work week, but then cold overnight. So that's why we could see conditions really freeze up overnight as we head into Wednesday and through Thursday. Then Friday, the cold weather is back, -9 is the high. Don't worry, the warm weather is back as we head into the weekend. On your roads this morning, no major issues east to west. It is pretty much smooth sailing this morning on your drive in, and we are collision free, which is great news.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
It is time for another live Loco shopping spree. We check out local vendors for some last-minute shopping ideas, and here to join us is Amna Hakim from Love Lila Books. Books. I love it. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Amna. Let's talk about your books, what you have for us, and where we can get a hold of them. First of all, I mean, you've got a great array of books here. Let's talk about them.
I specialize in Islamic books, representing diversity, culture, books for adults, kids, everybody.
Okay.
So they're appropriate for any time of the year, celebrating our differences and our similarities at the same time.
Oh, wow, our similarities. So to point out a couple of books that you just love and would love to share with kids, like maybe even this one here.
So this is a board book for little toddlers. It's about how Musa goes to feed animals, and they just, you know, they're Allah's creation. This is a journal, a gratitude journal.
Oh,
but
wow.
specializing, it just gives a chance for kids to just say thanks every day.
That gratitude journal.
Yes.
That is wonderful. It's beautifully bound as well. That is lovely. So there's books for kids as well. This one right here. Isn't that beautiful?
Thank you.
Yeah, everything grows in Judo's garden.
So Judo's grandpa.
Oh,
and
that means grandpa.
It's a beautiful Palestinian story.
Okay.
And celebrates again, you know, the culture. And
that's beautiful. That's great. And do you have books for adults as well, or young people? Okay.
So this is a book for adults. I carry fiction as well as nonfiction.
Oh, nice.
So this is a beautiful, it's a Canadian author actually.
Oh, wow.
Palestinian Canadian again.
Okay.
And
wow.
She's from Ottawa too, which is lovely. Here's a story based in Syria. A cookbook. So, you know, like...
all the different recipes are in there from different parts of the Middle East, would you say?
So, and then they're vegan, actually. These recipes here are vegetarian, which is
I'd have to check
hard
that
to find vegetarian cookbooks.
Now, where can people get a hold of your books?
Online is the best place, on my website. And I'm located at the Hub Market Cafe. And and I also host lots of pop-ups and events. So
fantastic. Okay, Amna, thank you so much. And it's Love Lila Books.
Yes.
There you go. Thank you very much. I'm going to do a little bit more shopping here. I have to head on over and talk to Bilan Hassan. Unparalleled Beauty is the name of your company. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Rosie.
Good morning. Okay, so you've got makeup. I mean,
makeup and skincare.
Your makeup is flawless.
Thank you.
It's gorgeous. Okay, so talk about what you have here.
So this is Unparalleled Unparalleled Beauty, an emerging Canadian brand. Everything you see is vegan and cruelty-free.
Vegan as well.
Yes.
So what was some of the inspiration for your palettes here? Because this is beautiful, as I am about to
offer
knock
products
things over.
that are really good with like pigmentation, that have a good color payoff, and that also work for a diverse range of skin tones and complexions.
Okay, so you've got very rich colors here.
Exactly. That's actually what I have on, the blush palette. Yes.
Okay, that's blush. Deep colors here for
That's
the
our
eye.
smoky eye palette.
That's beautiful.
And our best-selling 35 shade eyeshadow palette.
I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is it for the whole year. You got
Right?
all the palettes here, all the different colors. And then you talk about skincare as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I have my limited edition skincare sets, perfect for the holidays. It has hyaluronic acid serum, vitamin C serum, and a turmeric soap bar, so good for hydration and brightening.
Okay, you talked that it is all natural, did you say, or all vegan?
Vegan and cruelty-free.
Vegan and cruelty-free.
Exactly.
So those folks who want to know, you're not testing on animals, you're not doing that, and it's all vegan and cruelty-free. Your lip color here is gorgeous here. I'm loving that
Thank
shimmer.
You so much.
Very good for the holidays.
Exactly.
Very good
Perfect
for the
any
holidays.
occasion, but especially for the
Yeah,
holidays. Yes.
Bilan, thank you very much.
Thank
It's
you.
called Unparalleled Beauty. Where can we get our hands on these gifts?
So online, www.unparalleledbeauty.ca, and then we have a selection of products at the cafe, the Hub Market Cafe here in the Byward Market.
Cafe as well. You both are there. I love it. I love it. Bilan and Amna, there you go. You can shop locally, local made makeup and skincare line, and you got some great books as well. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming by here and giving us some more information on how we can fill our holiday gift baskets. Loving that. All right, Melissa, over to you.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, what will the housing market look like in 2026? We find out with Jason Pilon from the Pilon Group. He's standing by in the CTV Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam this morning. A colder start to your day, minus 13 right now. Feels closer to minus 22 with the wind chill. Well, today we are talking about the real estate market, what we saw in 2025, and what we can expect in 2026. And Jason Pilon is here from the Pilon Group. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, let's talk about 2025. There was a new report that came out. Can you kind of break it down for us?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. We talked a little bit about this last year. Stability kind of was the key for Ottawa. We definitely saw, you know, modest price increases with really stable demand, which was somewhat of a surprise because we didn't see that across the rest of Canada. I think that speaks a lot to the stability of Ottawa. You know, strong, obviously, job, employment, government, tech sector, you know, and relative pricing compared to what we're looking at outside of the capital. We have really good value here. So that was one of the surprises. You had some of the markets in Canada dropping high single and double-digit values.
Wow.
Whereas Ottawa had modest increases in pricing and a slight decline in the number of transactions from last year.
Okay.
But yeah, it was overall it was a good year for Ottawa.
So what are we hoping for 2026? Do you think it's going to kind of continue from what we saw in 25 into next year?
Yeah, I mean, you've got a bunch of factors right now that say that you know, next year is going to be a good year with respect to particularly buyers coming back. There's a lot more confidence. We've had some reductions in rates, obviously this year, that have had an impact. You know, there's still a lot of pressure on buyers with respect to the rental rates that are out there right now. So we're looking at next year. The report came out, predicted some single-digit growth in the number of transactions in Ottawa, as well as prices, where, you know, there was really a finite amount of cities in Canada this year that are predicted to increase. So Ottawa being one of them is great news for Ottawa.
So does this make it a buyer's market, a seller's market, or balanced?
Yeah, interesting. It's definitely going to be a more balanced market.
Okay.
The buyers are going to have more selection. You know, from a pricing standpoint, they're going to feel a little bit more freedom, a little bit less pressure in shopping. So we're definitely moving towards that balanced market where things will take a little bit longer, and there's going to be some smart moves required by sellers to do well in this market.
And for people who are thinking of maybe listing their home as we head into 2026, what advice should they know right now?
Well, it's all going to come down to preparation. Okay. So from pricing strategically going into that market, understanding what your competition is, preparation, so your staging, how the home's presented with respect to curb appeal, all those things are going to matter. Buyers are going to have far more choices, so you're going to have to make sure that your house stands out and that it's positioned well amongst the competition that's out there.
We know affordability always top of mind for a lot of people. What can we expect heading into next year?
I don't really think we're going to see much changes with respect to price. I think where we're seeing strong demand would be in two real segments.
Okay.
One would be in the townhome market. That's one that continues. Renovated townhomes are doing extremely well, and they did better this year than we really predicted. You know, buyers are looking for that family neighborhood that offers a little bit more space in the home, and that's that townhome market. The other product really that's representing some really good value moving into this year is the condo market, and that would be in areas of the city that are close to transit, that have lower condo fees, that represent just that lifestyle that people are looking for. So those would be the two segments that we see opportunities for those younger or first-time buyers that are coming to the market in 2026.
And any surprising takeaways from this report?
Well, the surprising takeaway, yes, is absolutely, is a few. One is the inventory, as I mentioned, this year came up in Ottawa. And usually when inventory rises across the city, you see downward pressure on pricing. Buyers have more choices. We didn't see that here. We saw inventory come up. We saw buyers have a lot more choices, but we also saw the prices increase slightly. So that's definitely something that would buck that trend. The second one would be that high demand on that townhome market. You know, we predicted to a certain extent that that would be a positive category, but it really did a lot better than anyone expected this year.
Amazing. Well, thank you for breaking it all down for us this morning. And again, you can head to plonggroup.com for more information. Rosie.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, we have some more great local gifts, but these ones are all about experiences. We'll tell you more coming up.
Your milestone celebrations for today, and we're going to start off with a happy 6th birthday. This is going out to Declan. Mom, Dad, little sister Ellie, and your fur brother Sully are wishing you an awesome, fun-filled day. We love you, buddy. We are also wishing a super happy 2nd birthday to Harrison with tons of love from BB and Pops. Happy 9th birthday to soccer star Luca. We love you. Hope you have the best day. And of course, if you have a milestone celebrated with us, send your birthday announcement to us for kids turning 13 years old or younger, or for those turning 100 years or more, wedding anniversaries as well. For those celebrating 50 years or more, all you have to do, send us an email, yourmorningottawamilestones@ctv.ca, and we'll be sure to get your announcement on the air. Here's a live look through our sky cam this morning. A beautiful start to your day. The sun trying to peek through those clouds, but cold. -13 feels closer to -22.
The most important part of any journey is to arrive safely. Hi, I'm Patricia Bowl.
And I'm Stefan Keys from CTV. Distracted or impaired driving can have devastating consequences.
Hey, it's Ashley.
And Gord from Ottawa's Pure Country 94.
Always plan for a designated driver, and please keep your phone down.
Everyone can help keep communities safe.
Drive safe. Brought to you by the Ottawa Safety Council. For more information on road safety programs and services, visit ottawasafetycouncil.ca.
Boyd encourages you this holiday season to make Christmas memories and drop off new unwrapped toys at all the Toy Mountain drop-off locations. Toy Mountain and Boyd Moving and Storage helping families this holiday season.
It's Monday, December 15th.
We are going to proudly identify as Jews. We are going to celebrate this beautiful holiday of ours.
Jewish communities in Ottawa and around the world are in mourning after an horrific attack on a Hanukkah event at Australia's famous Bondi Beach.
A shocking death in Hollywood. Filmmaker Rob Reiner and his wife found dead in their home. Police are investigating this as a homicide.
On the racetrack, the engine roars.
And give the gift of experience this holiday. We tell you more about how you can treat your loved one to a once-in-a-lifetime adventure for Christmas. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now. Good Monday morning. Come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Melissa Lamb, and Will is away for today.
All right, we're going to get to today's top stories right away. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is now pushing for tougher gun laws after 2 gunmen opened fire in Sydney's Bondi Beach, killing at least 15 people.
An attack on Jewish Australians is an attack on every Australian. And every Australian tonight will be, like me, devastated on this attack on our way of life.
Police confirmed Sunday afternoon that the suspects are father and son. The 50-year-old was shot and killed by police. The 24-year-old is in critical condition in hospital. Those killed were aged between 10 and 87 years old. At least 42 others are being treated at hospital this morning, several of them in critical condition. Prime Minister Mark Carney joined members of Ottawa's Jewish community yesterday for a menorah lighting ceremony in front of City Hall. Mayor Mark Sutcliffe posting on social media saying that he is shocked and disturbed by the anti-Semitic terror attack in Australia and that we must always fight back against anti-Semitism, violence, and hatred in all its forms. And Jewish leaders in Ottawa say the tragic incident won't stop them from celebrating Hanukkah.
Breaking news from Hollywood this morning. Homicide detectives are investigating the deaths of director Rob Reiner and his wife. The 78-year-old Reiner rose to fame as Archie Bunker's son-in-law on the smash 1970s comedy All in the Family. Among his directing credits are This Is Spinal Tap, When Harry Met Sally, and A Few Good Men. You could be seeing more traffic cops in your neighborhood today. Ottawa police are launching a new traffic unit today, which will be made up of a sergeant and 4 constables. The chief says it's being done in response to feedback from the public and counselors. It also comes a month after the 4 government banned photo radar cameras.
The Ottawa 67s picked up their 4th win in a row this weekend.
Chitteroni, and across for Amanowski, scores!
In the first period, Nathan Adminowski scored his 6th goal of the season against the visiting Windsor Spitfires. Later in the second, the Barber Poles would add a power play goal and go on to the 2-1 win. The 67s are back at home on Friday
when they welcome the Peterborough Petes to TD Place Arena. Good. 4 in a row is a great,
not bad,
great little winning streak they have going on.
All right.
Our forecast today, it's a little bit cold to start your morning off, but don't worry, we actually have some very mild conditions on the way this week. In fact, so mild we haven't seen warmer weather like this in quite some time. We're sitting at -13. Does feel closer to -22 this morning, so a chillier start to your day. -12 over in Kingston. Cloudy sky still, some sunshine to start things off this morning, and then late this afternoon we do have some flurries. So between 3 o'clock and about 7 o'clock is when we could see some scattered flurries in the forecast, so just in time for late in the afternoon, early evening hours. It will clear up overnight. We will see partly cloudy conditions tonight, and then into your day tomorrow, cloudy skies. Wednesday, though, we could see a mixture of some wet snow, some freezing rain, and even some rain, and that's because temperatures will be really warm. -9 is the high for us here in Ottawa today. We'll feel closer to -15 with that wind chill, so temperatures still below seasonal. -7 out in the valley. -11 is the daytime high over in Mont-Tremblant. Over the next 5 days, a mixture of everything. -12 tonight, cold conditions tomorrow, not so bad. -4 is the high, warming up overnight, warming up to -3 overnight. As we head into Wednesday, Thursday, those are our warm days this week. Temperatures reaching highs of 3 and 5 degrees, so we could see some rain, but then icy overnight as temperatures fall back down into the -double digits. We will see cold conditions for Friday, but warming up on Saturday. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic. No major issues east to west. Traffic is looking pretty decent this hour. The good news is we're still collision free.
Breakaway Experiences is a one-stop shop for some of Canada's most unique experiences for gifts. They have embodied the ever-growing popularity of bucket list and once-in-a-lifetime experiences, offering hundreds of unique activities. Dan Brennan, Chief Experience Officer from Breakaway Experiences, joins us this morning. Dan.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Dan, that's what it's about this year. It's about experiences. is we're kind of moving away from the actual, oh, here's a gift, a gift that you'll forget about, come the next year, next Christmas. It's like, can't remember, what'd you get me again?
Exactly.
But experiences seem to just live within you.
People are so excited. It's 10 days from Christmas, and people are getting really excited about the gift they're giving, because they're giving, it's like they're vicariously living through the gift. But buy someone an experience, you'll talk about it forever.
Yeah,
like, you're going to talk about it this barbecue, next summer, next Christmas. Did you do the hot air balloon ride? You're not going to say, did you wear the sweater? No.
That's it, exactly.
Exactly.
Speaking of hot air balloon ride, let's talk about some of the experiences that you offer. You do offer hot air balloon ride.
Well, we like to say everything from mild to wild is on your bucket list, because everybody's different.
Sure.
So from hot air balloon rides and flying lessons and race cars to food tours and blacksmithing, whatever, everybody has a different idea of what they'd love to do.
Yeah, that's true, because maybe not everyone wants to get up in that gorgeous hot air balloon and float above the city, but some people just are mesmerized by this and would love that. That looks really peaceful and beautiful. Okay, the overhang shot, maybe not everybody will do that. But you know what? There are some people who are like, I want to do that. But what else do you have there? So you got hot air balloon. What is this city rafting tour?
This is really cool. I mean, in Ottawa, we know that there's rafting way up by Bundaberg, Renfrew, right? But now you can do it for the last couple of summers in Ottawa, down at Britannia. You get in the raft, it goes down, and there's some beautiful rapids. You go under the bridge and end up down near the Parliament buildings. And it's really family-friendly way to have a good time. But it's in the city, and it's just different. You're going to get a whole different view of downtown.
Very different indeed. Okay, so that's in the summer. So you could even gift that and go, you know what, that's what we're doing come the summer, right? And hold on to that, right?
We have all kinds of gifts. People buy something, all summer stuff, all the time now.
Okay.
So that they can do it later on. And the anticipation builds.
That's true. What is this blacksmith class?
This is different, It's blacksmithing. You can make a knife or a war hammer or something unique, but with an anvil and heating it up and hammering it away just like that. This is a really neat dad gift. I mean, all kinds of people do it.
Sure.
But at Christmas, this is a dad gift. It's in Ottawa, in the East End, and it just gives you a chance to go try it. You don't have to buy everything at the full cost. Go out, hammer away, and you know what? They'll never see it coming under the tree.
That's true, very true. We have no time left, but I have to quickly ask you about the racetrack driving experience. Really quick, can you give it to me?
Mustang, Camaro, souped up, Shannonville. Wow.
Wow, actual cars. Okay, I'm telling you, Dan, Brennan, this is awesome. We're talking about experiences. You're giving the gift of experience. If you want any more information quickly,
breakawayexperiences.com. Go in, and if you have family and friends living across Canada, click, 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 wow, and you can send them a Christmas gift in their area.
Yeah.
And it's really cool stuff they see on Amazing Race. They can do at home. And it's really simple.
Dan, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, Jewish residents in Ottawa are celebrating Hanukkah this week, but a tragic shadow has been cast over this year's holiday celebrations after this weekend's attack in Sydney, Australia. We are going to hear from a local rabbi about how the Jewish community is reacting today. That is just ahead. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. It's 8:09. We will be right back.
Today's snow report brought to you by Centre Volage. Rediscover the new Volage.
Here we go, our first ski report of the season on CTV Your Morning Ottawa. You can see there, Volage is closed today, so that's just to keep in mind. And looks like we've got most Camp Fortune is also closed for you on today.
Hi, I'm Andre here at Centre Volage. I invite you to come enjoy our 24 trails, including alpine touring, snowshoeing, and fat biking. Centre Volage, Wakefield's Playground.
Jewish residents in Ottawa are celebrating Hanukkah this week, but a tragic shadow has been cast over this year's holiday after this weekend's attack in Sydney, Australia. Joining us now with more is Rabbi Aiden Sher. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Really tough news over the weekend. Let's just talk about how the Jewish community here in Ottawa is feeling after this tragedy that unfolded in Australia.
So we woke up Sunday morning to this tragic news, and it was jarring on so many levels. It was jarring, just the loss of life, the terrorism, and it was even more jarring. It was heightened because of what we were all planning for that evening, the first night of Hanukkah. Throughout Ottawa, throughout the world, we were all planning these big, large menorah lightings, big, large Hanukkah parties. We were going to have 300 people in our building that evening, mostly children that evening. So all of a sudden, your mind is just racing. What are we going to do? How are we going to respond to this? And how are we going to make sure people feel safe?
And so how did you kind of shift plans to make sure celebrations could go on as planned and that everybody felt safe coming?
So we were adamant this was continuing and the celebration was not going to stop. These wonderful people, they were killed publicly celebrating this festival. There was no way we were going to let anything stop us from doing exactly the same. But we did heighten security. Jewish institutions, we already have a very heightened security on just a regular day. And a big thank you to the Ottawa Police Services and every level of government for making sure that everyone felt safe yesterday evening. And I know they're going to do the same throughout the holiday.
So let's talk more about, you know, Hanukkah and the celebrations that took place yesterday. I know you brought the menorah. Can you share more of the traditions with us?
Yes, of course. So this is actually a menorah that I got at my bar mitzvah.
Wow.
This was a bar mitzvah gift, so it's very special to me. And so we light the menorah, and each night we light one extra candle, so that by the end of Hanukkah, we will light all 8 candles. And we all have different celebrations, some of them very large as part of a synagogue or a Jewish community center, and then smaller family celebrations. And they all just revolve around celebration, just a love of our heritage and our faith, being together with the people that we love. They're very, very warm, very, very joyous moments in our calendar year.
Tell us a little bit about the history as well of Hanukkah.
Sure. So Hanukkah brings us back about 2,000 years. It's a celebration of religious freedom. Sometimes people don't realize that. The Jewish people then were experiencing real religious persecution. And Hanukkah, which means rededication, it's a rededication of the temple in Jerusalem. It was a rededication of our people once again being able to publicly identify and experience our faith and our heritage as Jews without any fear. So it really is a celebration of that in many ways. And that's why we light these lights. A little bit of light can expel a lot of darkness, and that's really what Hanukkah is a celebration of.
Well, thank you so much this morning for coming in and joining us and giving us more about a little history lesson of Hanukkah. And of course, our thoughts are with you and your community at this time.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Here's a live look at our sky cam on George Street this morning, and the sun is out. It's nice and sunny, but still chilly, minus 13 with the wind chill. Holiday Dreams is a high-energy, modern holiday production that blends advanced technology with world-class entertainment. And here to tell us more about it, we have Amberlynn and Christian Seago, and we also have Gabrielle Estrada.
Hey, sorry, I'm late. Hello, hey, my friend.
We were waiting for you.
Good to see you. Hello.
Good morning.
Leave it to the elves to always be late, right?
Yeah, always late.
Are we on TV?
Oh, we're live, yeah. Are you ready?
Hi, Mom.
Tell us a little bit about Holiday Dreams. Obviously, so much fun.
Yeah,
Lots of energy.
It is so much fun, yeah.
Yes, it's a holiday variety show. It's got acrobats, comedian. We've got lights, costumes, everything for the family.
Yeah.
Family-friendly show.
Tramp wall, contortionists.
Okay.
The elf, which is
elf.
yeah. And also we are like the drummers performing from Argentina, bringing a little bit of culture and dancing, like high energy.
Very interactive from what I'm hearing as well. So how do you get the audience involved?
It is a show for all ages.
Okay.
So from the kids and the adults will be like so fun, and like to the age of the seats to be interacting with us. Elf is going to be part of the big part of the show with comedy and acts.
Did I see BMX bikes in there as well?
Oh, there will be a lot of surprises and stuff. Like we have a lot of stuff coming up, hand balancing,
Wow. What's the reaction like from the crowd when you guys perform?
They always do like, wow. Yeah.
I bet. So this is a production from Vegas?
It is from Vegas. Q Production is the production, like it comes with a Holiday Dreams show, like acts from all the parts of the world. We come from all over the world, so it's like very amazed to see.
International show for sure.
Amazing. And how can we catch it here in our city?
Yeah, we will be performing today at 6 p.m. in Algonquin Community Center, like College Theater. And then it's going to be tomorrow at 6 p.m. too.
Well.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Tonight and tomorrow.
Tonight and tomorrow.
Two performances.
Two performances, 6 p.m.
All right, and we're going to get a little sneak peek of the performance here this morning as well. So I will let you guys take it away.
All right, let's do it. Oh no!
Play some music for me?
Oh, yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go! What? Hey, hey. Woo! Okay, what's this? What's this? Okay. Hey!
All right.
Wow, that's incredible. And that's just like a little sneak
That's a little piece of what you guys will expect today. Yes.
Amazing. And still tickets available so people can go
online? Tickets are available, so please go to the website of Algonquin Theater, and then also to Holiday Dream Show. You can find us there with the tickets and all the information you guys need. But I hope to see you guys there.
Absolutely. Looks incredible. Well, thank you both so much for coming in. We
Thank
truly
you so
appreciate
much.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Rosie, over to you.
Thank you so much for that, Melissa. Okay, so you can also celebrate the season with the Canadian Armed Forces Central Band. And joining me right now to talk about the event that's happening quite soon here at Meridian Theatre and the chance to listen to really incredible musicians with the Canadian Armed Forces is Captain Christine Davis. And just a little bit after our interview, we're going to get a little sample of what they'll be playing. Captain Christine Davies, welcome to the program. Welcome to all of you. We know we're standing in front of you, but we're going to move out in just a minute here. Let's talk about what's happening here. Performance, when's it happening?
Yes, so we have 2 performances for the public tomorrow night and Wednesday night, so the 16th and 17th of December, starting at 7 o'clock at Meridian Theatres at Centrepoint.
Okay, so what importance does music, the band, play in the military, in the Canadian Armed Forces?
That's an excellent question. Music is everywhere in the military. Every time that there's a parade, a ceremony, a dinner, a celebration, we are there to help support and offer military music support to all of those events. In Ottawa here, we do a lot of support also to the Government of Canada, to Foreign Affairs. We're always on the War Monument and everything like that. So we're everywhere to raise morale for the troops and also to connect with Canadians, and that's what this concert is about.
Okay, the concert's about connecting with Canadians. What else can people expect?
So it's going to be a wide variety of holiday music, and this year's the theme is Celebrate Canada. So we're bringing Canada to Christmas. We'll also be featuring our Serenade of Strings, the string ensemble, as well as the Royal Canadian Air Force pipes and drums and dancers.
Oh, and dancers as well. What's the kind of training that's involved, the kind of practice that's involved with the band?
So we practice almost every day. Yeah. This is our day-to-day job. Wow. So we have lots of rehearsals, whether it's our full ensemble like you'll see at the concert, or small ensembles like you see here with the brass quintet. A lot of things we have to do, we have to split and separate so that we can cover all of the engagements across Ottawa and everywhere else in Ontario.
So looking forward to this. What are you going to play for us?
So today they're going to play just a movement of a tune for brass quintet called Christmas Crackers. So it's going to be a medley of some of our favorite Christmas carols.
That's wonderful. The Canadian Armed Forces Central Band, they're about to play a little tune for us. Thank you very much, Captain Davies. And we're going to move out of the way here and let them get to it. Wow, that is absolutely glorious. The Central Band of the Canadian Armed Forces, there's something about the brass band. It's so powerful and so triumphant. What a beautiful sound. Thank you very much. And once again, performing at Meridian Center Point. If you want any more information, you can go to meridiancenterpoint.com.
There it is. Looking forward to seeing everybody tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming
Thanks
by.
so
That
much.
was beautiful. Thank you so
Well done,
much.
everybody.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back after this short break. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. Happy Monday. I'm Rosie Edda.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
We're so glad that you can join us today. Will is away today. We're going to get straight to your top stories. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is now pushing for tougher gun laws after two gunmen opened fire on Sydney's Bondi Beach, killing at least 15 people.
An attack on Jewish Australians is an attack on every Australian. And every Australian tonight will be, like me, devastated on this attack on our way of life.
Police confirmed Sunday afternoon that the suspects are father and son. The 50-year-old was shot and killed by police. The 24-year-old is in critical condition in hospital. Those killed were aged between 10 and 87 years old. At least 42 others are being treated at hospitals this morning, several of them in critical condition. A moment of bravery during the shooting was caught on camera, a warning that this footage may be disturbing for some viewers. This man, now identified as Ahmed Al-Ahmed, can be seen tackling one of the gunmen who was holding a rifle. You can see him pulling the weapon from the shooter's hands and then point it back at him. Ahmed is a 43-year-old fruit shop owner and father of two. He remains in hospital today, suffering from several bullet wounds to his arm and hand. Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canadians stand in sorrow with the people of Australia and Jewish people everywhere. Mark Carney attended a menorah lighting ceremony here in Ottawa, where he reiterated his support for the Jewish community. The Ottawa Police Service saying it condemns the anti-Semitic attack in Australia, adding that they will be increasing visibility and patrols around religious institutions and community centers.
Legendary director Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer-Reiner, have been found dead in their home.
You know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly. One louder. Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
Los Angeles police are at their home and investigating the incident as an apparent homicide. Reiner rose to fame as Archie Bunker's son-in-law, meathead on All in the Family. His work as a film director included the first mainstream mockumentary, This Is Spinal Tap. He went on to direct classics like Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Misery, and A Few Good Men. Rob Reiner was 78 and his wife Michelle was 68. You could be seeing more traffic cops in your neighborhood today. Ottawa police are launching new traffic units today, which will be made up of a sergeant and 4 constables. The chief says it's being done in response to feedback from the public and councillors. It also comes a month after the 4 government banned photo radar cameras.
First responders were called to the Byward Market for reports of a stabbing Sunday morning. It happened just before 9 o'clock on Cumberland Street near Besserer. Paramedics say one man was taken to the trauma center in serious condition with multiple stab wounds. An investigation is ongoing. Any witnesses or anyone with information is asked to contact Ottawa Police. The latest figures from Public Health Ontario show there's an ongoing surge in the number of influenza cases across the province. For the week ending December 6th, just under 26% of influenza tests came back positive. Officials consider that level to be very high. Among children aged 5 to 11, nearly 64% of tests came back positive, and kids aged 12 to 19, levels exceeded 54%. Public Health Ontario says influenza A activity is now higher than any of the past 3 seasons. This comes as infectious disease experts continue to recommend the annual flu shot for everyone aged 6 months and up. The Ottawa Mission held its annual Christmas meal for those in need, serving over 18,000 meals, a new record for the organization.
We're seeing more people come in under our roof for these special holiday meals, this Christmas dinner, people we haven't seen in years, people who have been placed into housing, people with jobs. It's just so hard to make ends meet for people that have nowhere else to turn.
The total included meals through the food truck and Sunday dinner. The Mission will be hosting another meal as well as for the holiday season, including a Christmas Day dinner and a Boxing Day dinner. All right, we're going to take a look now at your forecast. It is very cold out there.
A cold start to your morning. We have cold conditions today, but really temperatures all over the map this week. We're going to see some days above the freezing mark and then some bitter cold days and then some days right in the middle. So today's high -9, average is around -3 for this time of the year. The sun will set later on tonight around 4:20. So temps this morning gradually warming up. We are sitting at -12. Does feel closer to -20 still this morning. Some sunshine in Kingston also sitting at -12. A bit of clouds out there this morning, but we will see a mix of sun and cloud this morning in through your early afternoon. Then later on today around 3 p.m. is when we could see a few scattered flurries in the forecast. So a few flurries in the forecast for today, clearing up into your overnight. Cloudy for tomorrow. Then as we head into Wednesday, we could actually see some rain. This is a massive low pressure system, but because temperatures will be so mild into the afternoon, it looks like we could see some wet snow mixed in with some rain for Wednesday, Thursday. Your regional highs for today still below the norm, -9 for us here in the city. Warmer in Kingston, -4, -5 in Trenton. The Seaway also sitting at -9, at -11 for your high in Mont-Tremblant. So here's where you will see those temperatures really fluctuating all over the map. Cold today, -9 overnight, dropping to -12. Then tomorrow, -4. Not so bad. It will warm up overnight tomorrow. Wednesday, Thursday, above that freezing mark with highs of 3 and 5 degrees. So some wet snow mixed in with some rain for Wednesday, but then icy overnight as temps do fall down to -11. Mild then back into the day on Thursday with a high of 5 degrees. Friday, it will then be cold. -9 is your high, but then milder into the weekend with highs of -1 and -4.
Weather brought to you by Yeggendorf Rashid. Experience, knowledge, and a commitment to excellence.
On your roads this morning, no major issues to report. Traffic is pretty much smooth sailing. The good news is we're still collision free. Bringing rich flavors and traditions of Indian cuisine to the capital, we have Sona here this morning. Please welcome Virendra and Ash to the show. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Kalista. Thank you for having us.
So excited to have you here. It smells absolutely incredible. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind Sona.
After working more than 30 years in cities like Mumbai, Dubai, China, Toronto and Ottawa, I realized that Indian food should not be all about the spiciness.
Yeah, okay. So what did you decide to create with Sona? It's not super spicy, it's more about flavor?
No, because all the people, they think Indian food is mostly spicy.
Yeah.
But for me, I always convinced them we can make mild to spicy or extra spicy. So all the dishes we can mild to spicy.
Okay, I love that because I'm a mild spice girl, so that is right up my alley. And this is a family-owned business as well.
Yes, so it's my dad, my uncle, and my mom. They own it, they run it. And my brother give them a hand, and I'm there sometimes giving them a hand on the weekend.
So it's a real family affair.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about some of the beautiful dishes you brought in here for us today.
So today we brought
so much color.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So this is our chicken hariyali.
Okay.
So the chicken is first marinated for more than 24 hours.
Wow.
And then we cook it in our charcoal tandoor oven. And usually it's sizzling, and when it comes out, it's hot and sizzling.
Oh, I love that. And how do you get this green coloring into the
So that's
chicken?
mint and coriander base.
Okay.
Our chutney that we make, and it just has some yogurt in it, hung yogurt, and we just keep it and marinate it in.
And then is this a sauce for the chicken?
That's our chicken sauce on the side that we give. We called it the mint chutney.
A mint chutney. Oh, it looks beautiful. So mint, not spicy whatsoever. Would this be a mild option?
It's a tiny bit spicier,
Tiny bit?
but
Okay.
I have options to make it milder. Like I have a substitute for them as well.
Okay. I love that. Okay. This one, does this butter chicken?
Yes.
Yes.
You absolutely know.
Signature.
Yes,
You can't
signature.
mistake that one. Tell me about your butter chicken, though.
So our butter chicken, the way we cook it,
Okay.
we use we try to keep it simple. We use our boneless chicken and white meat because now people like to be healthier, and butter
Right.
chicken already has butter, so we try to make it as simple and healthier. We use tomatoes and cashews. So we can make it without nuts as well because I know people have so many nuts allergy.
Right.
So we try to be more exclusive,
love that.
and everyone can have it, and just a garnish of cilantro and some cream on top.
Okay. Is this tandoori?
No, this would
Oh,
be.
close.
That's okay. That's the madras.
Okay,
It's a
tell me about
lamb.
this.
A lamb is
Ooh.
very popular.
Yes, absolutely.
The reason being, we roast our lamb and then cook it. So usually lamb had that smell.
Yeah.
We try to avoid it by roasting it and remove the oil.
Okay, I
So
didn't
the
know
lamb's
that.
more juicier and tender.
Ooh.
And then it goes in a coconut-based sauce, which is our
Ooh.
madras curry.
Okay, I'm seeing a chili flake, a chili pepper. Does that mean it's spicy or no?
No. It's only for garnish.
It's just for
they're good.
garnish.
As my dad was talking about previously, we
Yes.
can always modify the spice level.
I love that.
We cook everything fresh, so that way whenever our kitchen gets an order, we go from mild, hot to extra hot.
Okay, and you eat these dishes with rice
And the naan bread.
naan bread.
Yes, yes.
And this looks like it's homemade and so fresh as well.
Yes, we make it fresh. Every order comes in, it goes out in a minute.
I love it. And where can people find you if they would love to come check you out?
We're on 1183 Hunt Club Road.
Okay.
It's very close to Hunt Club and Bank intersection.
Amazing. Well, thank you both so much
Thank
for
you so
joining
much.
us
Yeah,
today.
thank you so for much. having
It's
us
been a real
today.
pleasure. Again, you can head to Sona, theindiankitchen.ca for more information. And they do from mild to super spicy. They make it to your taste. And if you have an idea for us in your morning kitchen, please let us know. If you have a chef you want to feature or maybe a great local restaurant like Sona, let us know. Your Morning Ottawa at ctv.ca. Here's a live look for our Centennial Glass Sky Cam this morning. The sun trying to peek through those clouds, but still a little cold. Feels closer to -20 this hour with that wind chill.
Ask the Expert, brought to you by O.J. Hollingsworth.
Welcome back. It is time now to Ask the Expert. Brenda Hollingsworth is here from O.J. Hollingsworth, and we're going to be talking about personal injury. There's an information on the screen. If you've got a question for Brenda Hollingsworth, give us a call. Send us an email, yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. Once again, Brenda Hollingsworth is here from O.J. Hollingsworth.
Hi.
And good to have you on the show. And we're going to get to your personal injury law questions. She's going to get those questions answered. And today, we're talking about things that can help you stay safe this winter, whether you are driving or walking to get yourself around. So you can email us your questions, yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca once again. And your phone, you can phone in as well, 613-789-6559, extension 2803. So, Brenda, we do have some questions for you. We'll throw them out to you, and then you can answer them. And if anybody calls in or writes in, we can answer, get those questions asked as well. So there are a number of things here. Wow. I mean, when you think about safety, how do you know, you were talking about staying safe as a driver, as a pedestrian during the winter, because it can be a little bit hazardous, let's just say. It can be icy and snow. So how do we do that? Okay, well, you want to start with, what would you want to start with, driving or pedestrian?
Let's start with pedestrians, because this, I think, is an area of where there's real potential to make a difference. And these, by the way, make excellent Christmas gifts.
Oh,
okay. So if you are when pedestrian accidents that we see very often involve one of two things. Either it's dark or it's raining. Those are the two most common situations that have led to pedestrian accidents in Ottawa. So what do? You make yourself visible. It is the car's responsibility to see you, but that doesn't do you much good if you're on the ground.
Thank you.
Yes.
Exactly.
So what can you do? I love all of the lights that people are wearing at night. I see a lot of headlamps. I live looking at the canal, so I see people walking all the time. They have headlamps. They have illuminated wristbands. They have fluorescent strips. Get those. Get those, put them in somebody's stocking. They make a real difference. You have a dog, make sure that dog has a light on its leash, its collar. Oh, here are some of the, you see in the some of the pictures. So you can see the dog there has an illuminated leash, and that is spectacular. And so this is our safety gift guide, actually, from our Instagram. And so that leash is fantastic. Other things, when you're walking, some people will use a flashlight. Flashlights are great, except that they're most likely going to go down on the ground unless you're actively holding it up. So something that shows on your body is better, I think. That's what I mean, worst case scenario, use the light on your phone, but I love the body-worn lights. The other thing for pedestrians in rainy weather or snowy weather is clear umbrellas.
Why is that?
Because you can see the cars and you can make eye contact, especially little kids who have their umbrellas down over their shoulders. They do not see what's happening around them. It's like you're in a bubble. So get yourself a clear umbrella so you can see, they know you can see, you can still do the eye contact thing. Makes a huge difference.
It is so important, and I never thought about that clear umbrella.
Plus, they're cool.
Yeah, that's true. You got to be seen, and then you can see as well. Listen, we're going to go through safety tips for drivers. That's coming up just after the break. But this was a great list, safety tips for pedestrians and things that you can buy so you can be more visible and safe during the winter months. Okay, Brenda Hollingsworth, she's going to stick around. We're going to continue Ask the Expert. We're talking about your personal safety during the winter. Give us a call, send us an email with your question for Brenda, and we'll be right back after this short break.
Ask the Expert, brought to you by O.J. Hollingsworth.
All right, we are back with Ask the Expert and O.J. Hollingsworth. If you want to get in touch with Brenda Hollingsworth at O.J. Hollingsworth, give them a call, 613-233-4529. You can email them as well. You can see their information right there on our screen. All right, we've got more safety gift ideas that can help keep you and your loved ones safe this winter. We just talked about pedestrian safety and what you need to have on you to stay safe out there. Now, why don't we talk about motorists?
Yes, so there's a lot of things available to enhance the safety of your driving experience. One of the things that I really like are extensions for the side view mirror or the rear view mirror. These are really helpful if you have any kind of mobility challenge that makes it hard for you to do a full shoulder check. Those mirrors make a big difference. Often after our clients are back to driving after injuries, their occupational therapists will get them these extended mirrors because maybe their range of motion isn't what it used to be. So those are hugely helpful. They're not that expensive. They're available everywhere. Another thing that we're increasingly seeing is dash cams. I was not originally a huge fan of dash cams, mostly because I was afraid they would show my clients were at fault. But they've proven to be really, really helpful in terms of defending yourself after something goes wrong. The pictures are getting very clear. It also prevents fraud. You know, there are instances out there where people will back into you and try to say that it's a rear-end accident. We didn't know about that 10 years ago. Now with dash cams, we're catching those.
Right.
And so, you know, that's something, it's fun if you're the kind of person who might like that. Just keep in mind that if you have an accident, whether it's your fault or the other guy's fault, you're going to have to turn over that footage.
Yes.
Yeah, so
okay.
you can't keep it a secret. But those are some things. Defensive driving courses. You know, if you've got a young driver or somebody returning to driving, they may have taken the basic course, but a defensive driving course is something else. Very, very hands-on. You learn how to drive safely, avoid accidents. Lots of people take those after they have an accident and they're nervous.
Sure.
And we know from our clients that they really get a lot out of those courses. So defensive driving course would be another great gift.
Okay, they can learn a little bit more. Can we go back to dash cams?
Yeah.
And are they easy to purchase or find? Where do you find these?
Well, you can find them certainly anywhere online. I mean, in terms of what store, I'm not sure, but they are available.
Do you need professional installation for something like that?
I'm the wrong person to ask that, but I think a lot of them are plug and play.
Okay.
Like, you just got to make sure it's not obstructing your view.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to make sure that. Okay, what else do we need as a motorist to stay safe?
Well, I mean, those are the main things. If you are somebody who struggles with a seatbelt, you don't find it comfortable, and so you're inclined to take it off your shoulder. There are people, larger people, or people who have shoulder injuries. There are adjustments, attachments, pads. There are all kinds of things that can help you make sure that you have a seatbelt that you are going to wear.
Yes.
The only seatbelt that works is the one that's on.
The one that's on. That's the one that works here.
You know, those are anything that enhances your ability to sit comfortably, safely in the car.
Well, this has been a great edition of Ask the Expert because you've brought us some stocking stuffers, some gift ideas, and it's to keep us safe. Whether you're a pedestrian or a motorist, there's a whole list of things that you need. And I do love that reflective gear that you can put on if you're going out. And, you know, we're not talking about going out at midnight even. It's like 4 o'clock, it's dark.
4:30, it's pitch black.
Yeah.
So, you know, on your way home from work, if you're going to the bus, if you're walking, if you're cycling, if you're a winter cyclist, bless you, but wear reflective gear.
So you can be visible and safe.
Yeah.
Brenda Hollingsworth from OJ Hollingsworth, thank you for coming on.
Thanks
really
for
appreciate you. There's her information on the screen. You can reach them at 613-233-4529, and you can see their email information and their address as well. Thank you again, Brenda. Melissa, over to you.
In your forecast for today, we will reach a daytime high of -9 late this afternoon. Won't hover there for too long. Of course, some cloudy conditions with a bit of sunshine this morning. Into your day ahead, between 3 and about 7 p.m., we could see a few scattered flurries on the way, so a chance of those flurries into the afternoon. Overnight, though, dropping down to -12. Tomorrow, not so bad, and then very mild Wednesday and through Thursday. We could even see some rain as temperatures are above that freezing mark. That's all for us here on Your Morning Ottawa. We'll see you back here 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.